Hi, I'm John. I'm a skipper for the Trust, and some of you may have sailed with me in Largs. I'm also a skipper of a commercial vessel called Nord Wind. She's a high-speed 23-metre crew transfer vessel, and we work on offshore wind farms to produce green energy. And I'm joined here by Abbie, who's been working with me in Ostend, and just like on a Trust trip, we're enjoying a hot chocolate on the aft deck. We don't have any marshmallows, unfortunately, like we're on a Trust trip, but we do have some fairly good weather, so that's a plus. So Abbie, tell us a bit about yourself and where you're from.
Yeah, so my name's Abbie, I'm 22, I'm from the Wirral, which is quite near you, John, near Liverpool, and I'm a qualified officer of the watch.
Okay. I've been telling Abbie something about the Ellen MacArthur Cancer Trust this week, and Abbie's very kindly offered to tell us a bit about her career choice, as some of you may be at that stage where you're wondering what to do next, and if you've enjoyed being on the water with the Trust, you may be wondering if you could make a career of it like Abbie and I have, so hopefully you'll find this helpful. Okay, so tell us about the job you do.
Okay, so currently I'm working as a deckhand with Nord Offshore. So as you explained before, they are a crew transfer, well, I'm working on a crew transfer vessel, they go out to the offshore wind farms. However, I also work as a third officer for Fred Olsen Cruise Lines. So yeah, I work on a bit of a bigger boat, 200 metres, and this travels around the world taking passengers on holiday. And yeah, my kind of normal daily routine is working on the bridge and navigating the ship.
Has coronavirus changed your plans this summer?
Yeah, yes it has, unfortunately. Like coronavirus has affected most of the world. Kind of cruise ships have all had to stop their operation, and not many cruise ships are sailing at the minute. However, there's a positive side to this, and that was for me being able to get new experience working on a different type of vessel.
How did you get involved in sailing?
So I first started sailing when my dad took me and my twin brother out on a mirror dinghy when we were both 6 years old. And I remember between me and my brother it was a race to sail in an Optimist first. I have to say I didn't win that race, but I remember being pushed out into another marine lake and trying to learn how to sail and putting the boat head to wind, and obviously wouldn't move and I'd cry my eyes out, but I'm glad to say that I have improved since then, and I went on to teach sailing. So I've taught sailing at home at the local sailing school and also abroad in Malta.
And how did you turn your hobby into a job?
Well, all kind of started when I was 10 years old. So I joined the Sea Cadets, my local unit, and I was in Sea Cadets for maybe 8 years. And I remember when I was 12 years old I started considering maybe a career in the Royal Navy. However, for various reasons I thought the Merchant Navy would suit me better. So with that really I kind of knew what I wanted to do, and when I was 17 I applied to Trinity House, which are a company that look after all the lighthouses and the buoys around the UK, and they also sponsor cadets to do their training either to become a deck officer of the watch, engineering officer of the watch, or electro-technical officer of the watch. So for me I decided to go down the deck officer of the watch route, and so basically Trinity House paid for me to do my studying, and they also paid me at the same time over the 3 years that I did my cadetship. So I studied down at Warsash Maritime Academy near Southampton, and during the 3 years I spent half of that time at college doing academic kind of subjects related to maritime, and then also half of that time was spent at sea on various different vessel types, from anything from cruise ships to super yachts to tall ships. And then at the end of that 3 years I passed my final ticket and I became an officer of the Watch Unlimited, and I also gained a foundation degree in marine operations.
So what advice would you give to somebody wanting to do a cadetship?
I'd say if you're interested in the sea, or you can see something similar, then the best advice really is to start researching the different options, what you might be interested to study, or kind of the different shipping companies that would maybe sponsor you through your cadetship. But the best thing you can do at this point really is to start developing skills that would help you with a career at sea and living at sea, and their kind of skills of being responsible, practicing decision making, and also good time management, because you always have to be on time at sea. And it's all kind of achievable through doing extracurriculum activities, like maybe if you do your Duke of Edinburgh Awards, or being in the cadets and scouts, and of course sailing on board the Ellen MacArthur Trust boats.
What's the thing that you love most about your job?
I'd have to say the thing I like most is travelling the world for free, meeting new people from all around the world, and also getting a good starting salary that you maybe wouldn't get otherwise if you were working on shore. and also the life skills that you develop during this job is the transferable skills that you can take to any job that you want to do in the future.
So what would a typical day be for you?
So a typical day for me on board the cruise ships, depending on what watch I was on, would be, if I was on the 8 to 12 watch, I'd work from 8 AM till midday, and during that time I'd be on the bridge alone with a lookout, and during that time we're responsible for the navigation of the ship and ensuring that we don't crash into anything or keeping the ship in safe water, and ensuring that the needs of nearly 1,000 people on board are met. And then after I finish my watch, I can either go to sleep and catch up on sleep, or every day we're in a different place in new port, so it's a good opportunity to go ashore and explore. And then you come back on board when the ship sails, and then again I'm on watch from 2000 till midnight. What
don't you like about working at sea?
I'd have to say one of the hardest things about working at sea is the kind of home work-life balance. So for me, with the cruise ship, I'm on a rotation of 4 and 2, so that means 4 months on board and 2 months at home. It does sound like quite a long time to spend at sea, but you do get used to it, and when you're on board, like everybody, you just get on board, you get on well with everybody really, and you kind of build your own family, and then by the time you come to getting off, it can be quite sad to say goodbye to some people that you might not see again. But it's also another challenge is there still aren't many females in the maritime industry, especially in the merchant navy. I think only 2% of the merchant navy are actually women. So sometimes I have sailed on board ships where I'm the only woman on board, but yeah, there's a big push to get more women on board.
What luxury would you take from home on a boat with you that you couldn't be without?
Well, it's sad to say, but I'd have to say my mobile phone, because to keep in contact with family, if you're away for 4 months at a time, then it's good to kind of stay on top of things that are happening at home. And
overall, would you recommend a career at sea to someone?
Oh, definitely yes. I'd say anybody that's interested in working at sea, just to go for it really. I haven't really looked back since I started at sea, and you have a lot to gain from working at sea.
Abbie, thank you so much for sharing your experiences with us. I'm sure that will have been really helpful to a lot of people that are considering a career at sea. If you want to know more about a career at sea, then click on the links below, and I'm sure you'll find the information there that you're looking for.